Welcome to another edition of Disallowed podcast. As you can see, people are drinking, throats are very dry. I don't know, maybe it's a cold or something. No goals in the Champions League. But before we go there, administratively, CAF is on, we see a lot of sponsors being announced. We see partners coming on board. Is that a reflection on leadership?
No, clearly so. You don't even have to ask that question because we've been there and we've discussed the leadership of CAF. They are now at a point where they can attract sponsors. They don't even have to chase anymore. You know, they're in a position where they've managed affairs so well administratively. They've managed their houses in order. They've made the product attractive, not just in the continent, but globally. VAR, spot on, game is fair. It makes it easy for sponsors to come and want to sponsor.
Lufuno, when you then look at sponsors coming on, that must be a rubber stamp or a stamp of approval from corporate to say, we will put your money behind you because administratively you are right in terms of the product that you are doing. Because it's not just about saying it's running fine. You've got schools tournament that are happening. You've got women's WAFCON that's happening. You've got AFCON that's happening. You've got junior levels that are qualifying for the World Cup. What does it say to CAF?
Most definitely. It says that CAF, they're in the right track. We've got great leadership that is leading African football in the right direction. As you said, it's not only about football for men. You're also talking about now what is going to happen currently in Ghana, where you have school football that is going there. So the money is getting invested in the right areas, where you plow the money in the youth. You know, you've got an under 20 as well, and there's so many things that is happening in African football, and that is the right product that is already been presented into corporate and is doing well.
And not only that, Mamposa, they not only focus on what's happening from the player's perspective. Remember, we spoke about the program that they were running for schools for referees.
Yes. They need that. Those referees need that.
So they are taking care of every single aspect of the game. What's next? Perhaps we'll hear of something about administrators, young administrators being taught how to run the match.
I mean, you've seen that they're doing broadcasters are going through training. So all the aspects in terms of from what they're doing is a very good program what they're doing. CAF, you're doing well, job well done. We'll talk about football. VAR robbed Stellenbosch. Let's get into it.
No, I think we need to be correct. It's not VAR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's not
VAR.
There was a
VAR.
There was a referee that was there.
Oh, yes. No, Lufuno's right. Because by virtue of the VAR saying to the ref, go look at the screen,
come and look.
It means that there must be something that
the referee had to make a decision. It was not VAR. VAR cannot make a decision for the referee, but they can be able to say, come and review your decision. Is it correct or not? And the gentleman went there and he looked, and then he pointed in the middle and says, goal Simba. So you cannot put VAR on that.
Was it the right decision?
No, it was not a right decision. It's supposed to be an offside because a Simba player was interfering with play. And that on its own, when you attempt to play the ball, it means that you are saying to the goalkeeper cannot decide until the action happens.
Box, you and your team, but looking at that, does that then not say that refs, because now we're busy here dealing with interpretation of the law, does it say that should refs, maybe refs must go for a refresher before knockout stages? Because this is big stuff that there's prestige that's on the line. There is teams like Stellenbosch have not been here and you are denying them that opportunity.
Yeah, and what are the odds of them coming back to that same, the chances of them coming back is not a given. Yeah, there's a lot of hurdles that they had to overcome for them to be at that point. And when you're at that point, you want to take advantage of it. The last thing you want is other factors that have nothing to do with how you apply yourself in the match now influence the decision of the match. And that's why we have VAR. Refresher course, I would assume that would be a default. I will not accept any referee that's coming into this Champions League, whether it be Confederations Cup or Champions League or club football for Africa, not going through a refresher course. It should be mandatory, and should we find that is not the case, there will be fight.
Mr. Bak, if you're going to do African engineering, if you're going to do chemical engineering, you can't be the coach and administer that thing.
Yeah.
Needs a department on its own.
But the department on its own.
Even Bafana had special projects department. But you know what was the funny thing? Because when being in South Africa, we get to it's not what.
But
it was just
Baka doing that and Fatu is looking at him and saying, don't worry, it's bluffing.
Yeah, that's what.
You know what I mean?
For me, when he did it, I'm like, this one is just pouring water. But looking at that, you now come to South Africa, where there were 2 semi-finals in the Champions League. VAR, I still say In the Sundowns game, spot on. In the Pirates game, there's one decision that's still, now it's up to interpretation.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be talking about the distance between the player playing the ball and the player attempting to defend the ball. If you attempt to play the ball and you head the ball towards an opponent who happened to be an offside, remember, being an offside is not an offense.
It's not an offense, yeah.
So if you play him, you onside. It's a goal. For me, from where I'm looking at, that goal should have stood.
Yeah, perhaps it's the interpretation of the law. There's a lot of gray area within that law. And maybe, this is the right moment to now try and maybe make a lot of people aware the reason why the referee would go.
No, but
the offside call would belong to the VAR.
I hear you. My problem is that those with platforms to be able to explain this, they're now saying it's 7 centimeters from. No. Chief, there's no 7 centimeters.
We don't have rulers. No, we don't have. I don't have rulers here. I don't have measuring tapes.
And
but what I do have,
the law does not speak about distance.
It doesn't speak about distance. The law is it's as much as there's gray area and it's open for interpretation. The reason why the referee was asked to go view that thing was not necessarily the offside call. Yeah. We are aware of the fact that Mayela was offside. That is not it's not even a debate. What we were trying to find out and what the referee would have tried to establish was the fact that is Mbogazi in control of the ball?
But you don't even have to be in control.
Yeah.
You've seen it and you've headed it. Whatever happens, and that's
then maybe let's make the rule. The rule needs to be clear.
The simple thing is that it was not a deflection.
Yes.
He went for the ball.
Yes.
He failed to control the ball.
Yes.
The ball landed on Mayele, and it was a goal. Waitata, Wabapusa.
My thing is, Mapagania, please check on CBC. I saw Mayela what I saw Mayela do to CBC cannot be undone.
We must educate, and I have the rules. I have the criteria. I'll unpack the criteria. The following criteria should be used as appropriate, as indicators that a player was in control of the ball. As a result, deliberately played the ball. That's how you know. Number one, ball traveled from distance, and the player had a clear view of it. Right?
So the fact that he jumped.
Number two. The ball was not moving quickly. So you see, open for interpretation. 3, direction of the ball was not unexpected. Number 4, the player had time to coordinate their body movement, i.e. it was not a case of instinctive stretching or jumping or a movement that achieved limited contact or control. Last one, a ball moving on the ground is easier to play than a ball moving in the air. So there we go. That last one.
No, and the jumping.
That last one.
No, Mara.
Yeah, we come with rules here. Here we don't, no finder.
So what are you saying, Lekoko?
I'm saying a ball moving on the ground is easier to play than the ball in the air. So I'm saying the call was spot on. I'm happy with the call.
No, now I'm saying.
He was not in control of the ball.
No, but did he check? Okay, let me ask you. Did he have sight of the ball?
Exactly.
He had sight. Okay. Did he have control? Did he have time of the ball?
No, then they must just pass. Chief, that man was passing.
That's why I'm saying to you, you see this law. And I'm not talking about Lekoko's opinion
it's
or how Lekoko feels when he wakes up. I'm talking about what's there, black and white, what's written for the referees.
So you say the referee applied the rule?
That's what the referee applied. Very much clear. That's why he had to go. And it was open for interpretation to him. He was given that honor to do it.
But Cox, and this is what I'm saying. People must read that so that we can be able to know. Don't tell us rulers 6 centimeters.
Nah, I'm not going to deal with rulers. I told you I'm not here bringing rulers. I hear bringing laws. And I say, here you go.
Having said that, Lekoko, you have a problem, Chief. Cardozo says you and I, we were not at the stadium, but
and I was at the stadium,
and there was 40,000 plus people that were
I was at
in
the stadium.
I
even saw Bruno at the stadium, you know,
with his yellow shirt.
But yeah, I saw Bruno with his yellow shirt.
But here's my thing. Is it a sign of a coach?
You're not making enough noise for him to hear that you were there.
No, they were not. Okay. That one, I can tell you.
No.
They were
so
not.
That's the problem.
Then address the problem. It's like you can't preach to the. It's like being
you just tense. What was happening?
No, but we know stage fright tends to chow Sundowns supporters when it comes to big games. Stage fright. Sundowns can be leading 5-0. I'm guaranteeing you now they don't even see because the big stage required. But any other moment they see.
Let me put it this way: the way North Africans are, where Cardoso comes from, the noise they make is different. If you were at Orlando. When Mayela was giving BC a shot left and the stadium was silent. That's a South African way of, hey Baba, I mean, you must don't forget that Loftus. We've seen ugly things.
Yeah, what happened at Loftus?
Lighting
was muscle memory. People could see that withered game coming.
But having said that, pressure when you are not winning, because you got to remember, this is the Cardoso that comes from this having been exited in the FA Cup in terms of the Nedbank Cup. This is the Cardoso that came from losing against Pirates. So those were two high-profile games, and now here,
back to back.
So is it pressure starting to tell on Cardoso? Because now he's got 2 trophies, which according to the mandate of the club and the ambitions of the supporters base, you must get those things.
It's a must.
The Champions League and the league.
With the Champions League being number 1.
I see trouble, To be honest, I see trouble. I don't think Sundowns will beat Ahly in Cairo.
But they don't need to beat Ahly.
Well, they can play a draw. But
a goal draw is fine.
Yeah, goal draw is fine, but I don't see them advancing to the final. Let me just put it straight to you.
My problem with Sundowns is not even whether they're going to win or not. It's how they play. It's very painful to watch that team, especially take into consideration the history, how they play, from how they go, and all that. Yes, let's not even mention the 1,000 passes.
Cardoso does not do 1,000 passes.
Secondly, the problem that I have with this current Sundowns is the chance creation. You come from a Sundowns that was coached by Mangoba, who was very deliberate. He said, we're going to create chances. If there's one thing that's guaranteed, we're going to create chances.
No, creating chances. Bekane, there's no coming back there. Bekane are going to the final.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
So coming weekend, Bekane just need to honor the fixture.
They have to honor the fixture. Moin Chabani, the coach. That's what we talk about when we say pedigree. Remember those many episodes ago when we kept on throwing insults at the pedigree of a particular coach. Because Moin is a proven winner. He's done this thing with so many teams. And you can tell that it's just muscle memory. He knows how to play this thing.
So we're taking as a foregone conclusion, mandatory, they're going to the finals.
That one,
they'll wait between Stelis
open and shut case.
They'll wait between Simba and Stelis. Who you predicting will join them in the final?
Stelis. Stelis should join them because Simba
are not good
travelers. They're not good travelers, and they failed to take that one chance. Simba they've shown that on the road they can concede 2. Stellenbosch at home, they're not that powerful. However, they've shown that they can grind results.
Yeah, they went to Zamalek and got a result.
Yeah. So that one goal is what's going to.
Who's Bekane playing in the finals?
Stelis. I think Stelis will win the game here.
SC, you need to come back, Chief. Simba is under attack and nobody's defending them. I don't know. Nobody's defending them. So what you're saying is you don't see Simba causing an upset?
Stelis is a very organized team. And Stelis knows how to win games. They know how to labor and get the result that they're looking for. They from where they're coming from when they started this competition, and where they are now. They're a total different team. They've got the confidence. They believe that they can be able to get to the final. Okay.
So just so that we are clear, unanimously I believe Bekane will play Stelis in the final. Simba will win 2-0 because...
Yalufuno and I were aligned for a change.
We're together.
We are together.
Okay.
So
is Pirates getting out of the...
So are we saying Simba is going to go down to Stelis in Durban?
Yeah, Stelis will win the game.
Yeah, Stelis will win. So I agree with the two gentlemen. That's probably the one time I agree with them. Stelis and Bekane will be in the final. We then go Cairo, because there's only one seat. Cairo, Pyramid versus Orlando Pirates, Mapagania. That contract that he signed with you, he's about to tell you the truth. Do you see Pirates in the final?
So let me tell you.
Are you terminating the contract?
The contract ended when I said they will be in the semi-final.
As soon as they come.
That I've done.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've delivered on the
I've delivered on the mandate. Now say they will get to the semi-final.
Okay.
All right.
Now we're talking finals.
So I will straight say to you, there won't be any all South African final. There will be an Egyptian Champions League final.
Mamposa, just to add on to that, remember, as powerful as Pyramids were, you must take into account that Ibrahim Adel did not travel. He did not come to the country. So
TLB is good there.
So whatever trouble that they were experiencing, plus Ibrahim. So there's problems on top of that.
So you are
Orlando Pirates, they have to box smart. If they want to win this thing, they have to
forget
go.
the tactics. We are out of time. Your prediction, final or not?
1-1 Orlando Pirates, they'll go through.
1-1 Orlando Pirates will go through. You saying Orlando Pirates?
3-1 Pyramid.
3-1 Pyramids.
Yeah, they got more firepower.
Me and you have a very clear relationship. It's been nice having you here. It's been wonderful having you here.
Yeah.
You'll watch the final.
Aye. Bagania is true. So all South African finals, I still stand by that.
No, look, ideally I'd love an all South African final.
Cardoso will not get Sundowns to the final. I think you need to, you need to smell the coffee very fast. It's not going to happen.
I don't even have to smell it because I'm drinking it.
And I'll tell you why.
I'm letting you know.
I'll tell you why. Ahly, the last time they lost a semi-final was in 2015.
So let me then, I hear you.
Let me give you, they were playing the mighty Orlando Pirates. But now the fixtures have been swapped.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Does Sundowns have a problem beating Ahly? Are we asking them to do
We're
what they've
talking
never
about
No,
the semi-final.
Yeah, Sundowns has a problem. Well, it's not even a Sundowns matter right now. Any team has a problem beating Ahly.
In the semi-final.
Yes. So, Lufuno, there you're on to something.
You see, you guys are not. Sundowns has got no problem beating Ahly.
Not in the semi-final.
No team has beaten
How many times has Sundowns played Ahly?
Not in the semi-final.
They haven't.
They haven't.
So, yes.
But Sundowns knows how to beat Ahly.
Not in the semi-final.
Okay. So I am saying,
just say what you want to say.
Cardoso must haram this thing so that we can have.
No, Mposa cannot be confident.
Exactly.
You can't be both. Yes, I understand it.
No, but you can go well. We still having an argument. We'll see next week. It's all South African final. Hey man, Sundowns are going to
all South. Look, but it's going to be a challenge. When you're talking as if you're going to walk there and bulldoze these people.
The final will be Pyramid versus Ahly.
The only way Sundowns will make the final is through penalties. 0-0, then they'll go. And that's it. But otherwise,
no, but they can't be 0-0 and will go through because there'll be penalties.
No, I'm saying penalties. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They'll go through 0-0 penalties. The only way they'll go is. I don't think Sundowns will score. Sundowns creates two chances per match. Two chances per match.
Thank you for joining us. I'll leave these two to be able to talk.
Will Sundowns beat Ahly?
Hey man, Sundowns are going to the final.
Only via penalty.
Thank you.
I saw a cherry and it was red.